Welcome back to the Green Talk, where we explore the future of landscaping, sustainability, and the technology shaping our industry. I'm your host, Misraim Mata, and today's episode is going to electrify your perspective on outdoor power equipment, literally. I'm joined by Christine Chapman, National Account Manager at Kress Outdoor Power Equipment, a company that is not just keeping up with the shift to battery powered tools, but leading it in with commercial grade innovation that it is changing the way commercial contractors work. Christine, welcome to the Green Talk. It is a pleasure to have you on. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Ms. Rain. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining the journey of this podcast. I appreciate it. Let's start talking about the whys, Christine. So, a big picture question. We all have seen the rise of the battery equipment, especially on the residential spaces. But for commercial contractors, have been skeptical about this move, this change. So, what makes now the right time for pros to start switching, and how is Crest answering those calls?
Well, now has never been a better time to switch to electric, simply because we have the technology now that meets the needs of commercial landscapers. So there's no sacrifices, no sacrificing productivity, no sacrificing people, no sacrificing money. It's delivering unmatched power now. We have the power of gas, if not greater power than gas. Um, and we keep the landscapers going. So there's nonstop energy. We have some technology that will allow landscapers to keep going all day long with their batteries. So and the other thing is the huge cost savings with that. So I think those are three main reasons why anyone should be switching, not just because of regulations. It's a very smart business decision to switch to Kress, because it really is the only commercial solution for professional landscapers, the only electric solution.
Right, definitely. And for sure the especially the regulations on the government side has been increasing lately pretty much all over the country, right?
Right.
We've seen that south, north, east, west. It doesn't matter where we are in the country. Those regulations are really becoming a huge player in the industry. But I'm pretty sure that you are facing, and you and your team are facing issues, or are probably dealing with the old mentality, old culture of doing things. What is the main thing the landscaper contractors don't understand or misunderstand about battery powered equipment?
I think it's a lot of the few things that I just hit on. They think it's not as powerful as gas, which a lot of the products have not been as powerful as gas. They think that it's cheaper. It'll fall apart. It's more like flimsy plastic toys, like more for residential. And that's not true either. And they also think it's more expensive. So we can work through those numbers and show the ROI, and show that, this is something that is definitely going to save money over time.
Right. Yeah, definitely. So Crest isn't just another battery brand. You guys have some seriously unique technology. Can you walk us through what sets Crest apart in terms of performance, charging, and durability?
I sure can. So performance, like I said earlier, we have performance that is more powerful than gas equipment in every product except for one. So all of our products are more powerful than gas except for the backpack blower, and that's as powerful as gas. It's as powerful as a BR 700 backpack blower. So we've got the power there and the performance. The battery technology, it's patented. There's many, many patents on this technology. It was being researched and developed. It took 12 years to develop the battery technology that we use today. And that allowed,
You say 12 years?
yes, 12 years.
Wow.
And we had a team of scientists in Canada that worked on this for 12 years. And finally in 2022, we got the green light that it's working and it's does what we wanted it to do. So super exciting to have a new technology in the screen space. The other thing is, the batteries charge lightning fast because of the chemistry within. These batteries do not heat and they don't need to cool down. So that allows them to charge in as little as 8 minutes. And that's a large 11 amp hour battery. Can charge on our cyber tank in as little as 8 minutes. Now, the cyber tank is something that you mount into the back of a trailer or a truck, or you could mount it on site on a big commercial campus or something like that. But they're meant to be mounted into truck trailer and very secure. They're about 300, little over 300 pounds. And those cyber tanks are charged at night. They take about 4 to 5 hours to charge. And then they'll charge those batteries, 8 minutes on the lightning speed, and then 14 minutes is the average. If you don't hit the rapid charge button, it's 14 minutes, which is still super fast, and it's quicker than your runtime.
It is, and be able to carry those charging stations wherever the crew is going is also helping, right? To kind of keep up the crews during the day. And what's kind of the average running time on, let's say, a blower backpack battery during the day?
That's the main question we get all the time. Now, this is really important to keep in mind. The runtime, of course, is going to be your highest power draw is going to be from the backpack blower. And since ours is super high powered, it's 35 newtons, which is right up there with gas. It's gonna drain that battery a lot quicker than any of the other products. So if you run our backpack blower on our level 4 setting, which is the highest setting, you can blow bricks. It will blow bricks. Do we need to do that all day long? No. So if you blow bricks, it'll run the battery down in about 15 minutes. So it's we try to train our customers the best we can of best practices, because really with battery technology these days, it's a whole learning curve, and it's a whole mind shift. Like, you have to change your ways and your muscle memory, like the users to adopt, changing their ways has been probably the biggest, I wouldn't say hurdle, but the hardest part to get people to convert and really understand that the benefits far outweigh the opposite. So I think having that training is critical, and that's something that Kress, our business development managers, do a lot of. We all do, the whole field team. I go out there too with our team and train as much as we need to. But so your runtime with the blower is going to be shorter, but if you manage that, you can definitely, and you're definitely going to get a longer runtime, longer than your charge time. So if you have a cyber tank and you're using that platform, then that's a great way to operate. We do have another battery that we came out with because people didn't have time to go back to the truck and charge every 15 minutes. They were on a large commercial property or something. So we developed another battery, and that's our 25 amp hour high capacity battery. And that's going to double the runtime.
Okay.
So you can actually mount those batteries. They're a case style battery. It looks like our 11 amp hour case style battery, but you can mount those on a backpack and you can run every tool off of that as well. So some people choose to just go that route and um, go with just white batteries, backpacks with adapters, and run all their equipment off of that.
Awesome, awesome. And I want to highlight something that you mentioned earlier in your comment about changing your mentality. And this goes hand by hand with pretty much all the new technology that it is changing the industry. We have to change the way we do things, the way we think about doing the same routine every day. Because yeah, technology is great, but we had to be smart using it. So having the right approach. We're going to talk about the training and the onboarding process in a little bit, but I'm glad that you mentioned that. That's a key component of the whole transition. Because if not, people, I hear complaints not about technology equipment, but powered equipment, but other type of technology. Oh, it's not working. Well,
Yep.
are you really using the equipment or this technology the right way, right?
Correct.
So it is important that part. So
It is.
yeah. So let's talk about reliability. In commercial landscaping, downtime equals lost money. So what kind of feedback are you hearing from contractors using Kress day in and day out?
Well, this is the most exciting part of my job today, and that is hearing what the customers are saying. So we've been hosting events across the country, and we're going to host more. They're called Kress Next Summits, and that's where we invite landscapers. We invite the decision makers, those in charge of the P&L, to come and listen to what others have to say about their experiences with Kress, because we have a number of landscapers, large companies who have converted 100% to Kress. And it's really, really motivating and exciting to hear their feedback. And one of the comments that I remember hearing when we held our first summit in Colorado in April, and a gentleman, Grayson out of Atlanta, Georgia, said that he's gone through 2 seasons of using the backpack blowers, and he's never gone through 2 seasons without having any issues, any warranty issues or anything. So that was encouraging to hear. I really haven't heard of too many things going south. We haven't had major hiccups, knock on wood. Everything's been going rather smoothly with the reliability piece. The other thing that we do with a lot of our large landscapers, the ones with multiple trucks, is we'll have spare equipment set aside for them, and we'll work with the dealer on that to have at all times spare equipment in case something goes down. Even if our BDMs have equipment with them, their own set of demo equipment, we'll go and drop something off if something is down, or say something fell off the truck or got run over, or we will go and make sure they're up and running. We'll do everything we can to make sure they're up and running in a reasonable amount of time. And we'll also make sure that dealers typically are aware of that downtime issue. Mm-hmm. So we do work closely with the dealers, and our BDMs our boots on the ground are amazing.
That's good. That's awesome to know that that support, that team support is there ready to jump in if needed, just to supply whatever needs. That's great. So, Christine, a lot of our listeners are either regional managers, businesses owners, field operations folks responsible for fleet decisions. So, what does the ROI on battery powered gear actually looks like compared to gas?
So it looks great. And we've had some testimonial to speak to that as well. Some companies that test it out say it's 3 to 1. Wow. And so what we put numbers to paper, and we came up with average of $1,000 per crew member per year savings. And really, if you were to switch to Kress immediately, say you just bought all new equipment or all new electric equipment for that matter. If you switch to Kress today and got rid of all that, you're going to be making more money than you were. So,
Right.
the other thing I didn't mention earlier, what sets us apart, what makes us different is that we have a warranty out there on our battery platforms that is second to none. It's 6 years. It's 8 years in Europe. So our cyber packs, the 8-minute cyber packs are a 6-year warranty, 3,000 cycles.
Wow.
That's
That's
10
right.
times what you see in the market today. And it's great to have that because that we put into our ROI and our procurement cost savings. We can show customers how much money you're going to save if you switch to Kress right now. And we can compare it to other equipment, other platforms to show you, because of that warranty, the cyber tank looks expensive. Our equipment, our battery platform, just the batteries and the charging alone is the most expensive out there, but it's the least expensive to own and operate, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Because when you make that large purchase, you can amortize that over 6 years. Or we have a rental program that's fantastic that a lot of folks are taking advantage of. And that is, you put your batteries and your cyber tanks and your chargers into rental for, say, it's warranted for 6 years. We'll put it in a 5-year rental and the payments are under $200 a month. Is that less than what you're paying in gas? It should be a lot less than what you're paying in gas and maintenance. And so when we put the equipment into the mix with the rental, since the equipment is a 3-year warranty, we'll put the equipment in a 3-year rental. And so you can have a full truckload of equipment for $400 a month with the cyber tank. And although it looks super expensive up front, you can do the rental with a $1 buyout at the end. And it makes it very, very feasible, easy to own and operate. And you'll be making a lot more money just going that route.
Definitely. And I mean, great explanation. And definitely money talks, right? Bottom line, all companies wanted to save money or make money in any way possible. But I'm also thinking about the headache, like a noise ordinance. All these resorts, campuses, clinics, you name it, on the commercial market where those restrictions are becoming more and more and more with the battery powered equipment. You can be competitive also as well and be able
Absolutely.
to producing those results, right? Have you guys have those type of feedback from companies
We
as well?
do. And I actually have a funny story. We have a customer in Pasadena that told us when we came with our owner, Don Gal, to meet, just to check in and say hello, shake hands, see how things are going. We had sat down with the owner, Blake, and he said, well, I got a call last week from an HOA manager and she fired us. And actually the call came into the office. Blake didn't take the call, but they got fired because she said they weren't showing up. And he noticed that HOA calling one day and he picked up the phone and said, hey, why did you fire us? Because I thought we were delivering good service, great service to you. She goes, well, she says, my dogs haven't barked in 2 weeks and my dogs always bark when the gardeners are here and they haven't barked. And so Blake looks at the commercial app that he has that you can use to manage your equipment. He sees that, his crews were out there both weeks at 9:00 in the morning and that was it. He said, we're using electric equipment. It's a lot quieter now. So your dogs won't hear it it's not going to be as loud. So they got the account back, but it's funny story in that they were fired because the dogs didn't bark because they didn't hear the equipment.
Yeah.
And all of our equipment does have, it meets, or it's well under that decibel rating, especially the blowers, to meet those restrictions.
Right. Oh, that's great. I mean, and I've been in places where, I mean, basically until I am probably 5, 6 steps from the people working, I didn't notice it. They're using a blower or edger or weed eater. It's pretty quiet. So it is amazing how this power battery equipment makes a difference, a huge difference on the. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. It's very quiet, especially our robotic mowers. Those are virtually silent. Those are pretty amazing too.
Great technology for sure. So we'll talk about the great things and savings that owners can have using this equipment with Kress. So now let's say a company wants to make that transition, but they don't know where to start. So what's the first step, and how Kress and Christine and the whole team can support the onboarding?
That's a great question, and that's something that we specialize in. I feel like we're not just a tool company; we are a technology company, and so we need to deliver answers and solutions, and we need to help find the solutions. So what we do is well, if someone wants to check out Kress, they can go to kress.com and request a demo, or request a call, and they can, we'll get that information and reach out. We have people all over the United States that can help. We've got dealers all over the United States as well. We're bringing new dealers on board weekly. So that's good. Yeah.
And what about the support, the training process? There is who takes up part of the dealership in the area, or
so
how that
right
works?
now we like to rely on the dealers, but sometimes they need us still. We're still the new kid on the block. So learning the technology, because it is different, has been, there's a learning curve there for dealers. And if they want to, keep selling that, they've got to, really grasp that and be well trained on it. We've got some fantastic dealers out there that do all of this. They'll do, soup to nuts demos on their own and, trials. And so if they do need extra assistance, or say they're super busy, say it's a very busy LA dealer or something, we will step in and we will do that. We'll also, for onboarding new customers, there's training involved. We do bilingual training. We will come out. We've done trainings at 6 a.m. for customers where we go out and work with their crews. We will actually first look at their electrical capacity, what they have at their yard. So we look at that first. I should back up. We look at the electrical situation first, and then we see what they need, if they need anything, and then we'll get that in place. If they don't have the infrastructure that they need, then we have alternative solutions that could help. So, like I said, we have that white battery that came out later after we originally launched. And then we also have another smaller battery. It's very compact, very small, but it's the similar technology to what you see on the market today. That's going to be lithium ion based. It's going to take longer to charge, but we do have other solutions. And so if somebody can't do the cyber tanks or plug in at night, they can plug in on site. You can do that with our 30 amp chargers, which, by the way, charge batteries very fast as well. Those are 25-minute charge on the cyber packs, 14 or 25 minutes. So we've got those solutions, and we'll walk a customer through the day, and we'll kind of profile their crew and see what it looks like, and we'll go step by step, make sure they get the right equipment. The
Right.
other thing that our early adopters, what they did is they just went out, which you can still do, just buy it all, buy whatever it is you think you want, put it on the trucks, and go from there. So we've had people do that, and they adapt very quickly when they do it like that. They start out with minimal number of batteries and see how their crews manage. Because you don't want them overusing the batteries. You don't want to overbuy batteries. You want to get the right amount of batteries. So we help with that as well. We try to train the best we can and as often as needed. So we offer that as well. We will do online trainings. We'll do on-site trainings, which is the best. We will ride with a crew for a full day if we need to, just to make sure they get the right equipment and dialed in and the right charging systems.
Awesome. So for an average, medium-sized company making this switch, this move, what's the average timeline that they're looking at, like to be the full transition to be completed on 100% powered equipment? We're talking about weeks, months, maybe.
It really all depends on what their infrastructure is and if they have the power they need. They don't need, it's not so cumbersome like everybody thinks. With this stuff, you can charge 6 trucks on one standard outlet. So
Okay.
that's using our power management box. But if they don't need any power, then it could take anywhere from a few weeks to a couple months. If you're I'm speaking from experience using an exchange program, a funded air quality management district program. So that took a lot longer. That took about 6 months for our customer to completely convert. That was primarily because that exchange program takes a very long time and you have to exchange your like for like items. So that took quite a while. But to get a crew set up, we are well stocked with equipment. We have we have great inventory of everything. Cyber tanks, batteries. We have the inventory. We have 2 warehouses, one in Reno, one in North Carolina. And we are able to get product delivered. Even if it's a sizable order, we can get that. Then we can do training. When the equipment is delivered to the dealer, we can make arrangements to go out and train with the dealer. If the dealer cannot manage it themselves, say they're too busy or something, we'll be out there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we try to white glove everything the best we can.
Oh, that's great. That's great to hear. And what's the kind of the average percentage across the country? Where is where you guys are seeing the most change on companies making the move to power equipment tools?
Well, we see it primarily in the areas where there's restrictions. We are also seeing it, in higher end neighborhoods where there's HOAs and the residents don't want it. We're seeing it all over the country, but it started, really in the West and some of the New England, Seaboard, DC, Chicago areas. So there's some regulation there, but now we're seeing folks jump on board that even like in Florida, we've got people coming on board. They're like, I'm saving so much money. And it's great to see that. It's just a smart business decision, but that's where we're seeing a lot. There's a lot of activity on the East. There was a lot of activity on the West. Kind of that green belt. I call it the grass belt of the country we're seeing. But there are some slower markets. There's some markets that are just, they don't want to change, and it's hard to see that because I see the side where the dealers can make out very well, and the end user, the customer, the landscaper will just end up saving so much more money year over year.
All right. Well, that's good to see that change being pretty much all over the country, and not just here in the U.S. A couple of weeks ago, I saw a social media post from Kress announcing the partnership with Real Madrid in Spain.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. So
Yes.
I get the onboarding with a commercial landscape company, but how that onboarding process go with a soccer team, like a big soccer team as a Real Madrid.
Well, we are a global company. Kress is a brand that's owned by Positech Group, and Positech owns the Works brand, the Kress brand, the Rockwell brand, Westco. So we are a global company. We have footprints everywhere. We're huge in Europe, Australia, Germany. I said Europe, Australia, Canada. We're everywhere. So
Nice.
it's really, that was very exciting to see. That was a surprise to all of us when that news came out. So, everybody's really excited at Kress, and, we've had a record month this month. So it's really good to have that sponsorship also.
Yeah, that's amazing, and kind of match with that Real Madrid mentality, because they just went to a full renovation of their stadium on 2023, I believe, is when they completed. A lot of technology involved. The whole field goes, I don't know if underneath or high somewhere else to get kind of the perfect light. So being that now matching technology like on the stadium and now also power equipment tools. So that was a great thing to see. So
it's great. It's very symbiotic sponsorship there. So
awesome. Good. That's great. So sustainability seems like nowadays is becoming a business requirement, right? So I know we talk about this a little bit, but how is Kress specifically helping the contractors meet these environmental goals without sacrificing the power and productivity?
I think that goes back to everything that we've gone over so far. There's more power. There's zero emissions. I mean, our mission is zero emissions. We have never made an internal combustion engine ever. So this has always been a battery company, electric company, a robotics company, forward thinking. The headquarters is, the carbon footprint is low. I haven't been there, but it's since day one, it's been zero emissions as our mission.
Wow, cool, amazing. So let's do a quick chart round. Let's see what's the first thing it comes to your mind after these questions. Ready?
Okay, ready.
So what's your favorite Kress tool to demo?
Backpack blower, blow
Backpack
bricks.
blower. Awesome. So what's the most skeptical customer turned believer story that you ever had?
The most successful story. I have
A skeptical story from a customer. A skeptical.
which one?
Most skeptical customer turned believer story.
Oh, that would be almost everyone. Almost everyone. We have, so ever since we had our first summit in April, we've had companies that were like, we don't want to talk to you. We're happy with whatever we have. They come to our summit and they hear these other folks talk about their experiences with it. And they're standing up, taking pictures of the screens. They're like, I want to get involved in this demo. And these are CEOs, presidents, vice presidents that they're like, okay, I want to see the numbers. Let's try that. Let's do the trial again. Did the trial again. And now they're all in. So, That wasn't very fast, but
No, that's good. That's good. That's perfect. So, what's the biggest myth about battery power?
that is not as powerful as gas equipment.
Awesome. So, how would you describe the future of the commercial landscaping? One word.
What?
Nah, just kidding.
You said one word. I'm
No,
going to say,
no, just
I'm going to
kidding.
use 2 words. There's 2 words: electrification and robotization. Period.
Awesome. Amazing. So, what is the go-to coffee order before a trade show for Christine?
I don't do coffee. I do Trader Joe's organic Earl Grey tea with a little bit of sugar and a little bit of creamer. Good to go.
Awesome. Amazing. So, Christine, contractors and company leaders, they are ready to dish the gas can and power up with Kress. Where should they go? How they can connect with you or you dealer team?
They go to our website, Kress.com, and they can request a demo there or trial. We offer free 10-day trials, and they can go there and connect with us. They can also reach out to me, Christine.Chapman@Kress.com, and I will be happy to talk to anyone, provide, I do Teams. I'll do Teams calls with the presentations, about 20 minutes. I can show everyone the overview of Kress, what the products are, what the technology is, and we could do that. And then we schedule in-person trials. We get to understand what they need, and then we'll dial in the right products for the trial.
Amazing. So I will make sure to post those links once this episode is on live, so that people can have it. I'm pretty sure they know about you and Kress, but just in case.
And if not, we will be at the tech conference in Las Vegas. We will be at Elevate Show. We will be at Equip Expo. We are involved in many, many things. We have our next summits, and I will share with you the dates of those so you could spread the word if you'd like.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's all many ways to get in touch with us.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And that event in Las Vegas and Elevate, that's those huge events across the country that many people go there. So I'm pretty sure that they can find you there and the whole thing. So from zero emissions to zero excuses, Kress is proving that battery power isn't just the future, it is right now. Big thanks to Christine Chapman from joining us today. Christine, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Raim. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the time.
And if you are a green industry pro thinking about the big change and your gear, you may just want to plug in with Kress. So subscribe, share, and I will see you all the next time on the Green Talk.